From New York is recognized for 2 minutes.
I thank the distinguished chairwoman of the Rules Committee and fellow New Yorker for yielding. Mr. Speaker, for months I've said that our country needs a plan to ensure the timely redeployment of our troops out of Iraq. The previous Congress failed in their duty to provide oversight and refused to ask the tough questions regarding the management of this poorly planned and ill-conceived war. To say, as some of my Republican colleagues have, that passage of this legislation would somehow embolden our enemies or send the wrong message to our allies is just a blatant distortion of the truth. The U.S. Troop Readiness, Veterans Health, and Iraq Accountability Act lays out for the first time a responsible and realistic strategy for completing our mission in Iraq and bringing our brave troops home as soon as possible. This is a responsible and deliberate plan to change the direction in Iraq without jeopardizing the safety and well-being of our soldiers. The legislation sets a responsible timeline for the phased redeployment of U.S. troops from Iraq with a date certain by August 2008 at the latest. The war in Iraq increasingly strains our military, creating a crisis in the U.S. troop readiness and decreasing our ability to respond to new threats. With more than 32,000 troops dead, more than 24,000 troops wounded, and more than $400 billion of taxpayer dollars spent, we have paid too high a price. We have a choice. We can continue the administration's open-ended commitment to a civil war in Iraq, or we can finish the job and begin a responsible redeployment of U.S. forces. The U.S. Troop Readiness and Veterans Health and Iraq Accountability Act goes beyond a new direction for Iraq. It begins a new direction for our country, one in which veterans are taken care of, families provided for, and brave men and women in harm's way have the resources they need to get the job done. The legislation provides $1 billion to fight the global war on terror by putting the focus back where it should have been all along, Afghanistan and Osama bin Laden. The legislation would also provide $2.5 billion in additional funding to ensure our troops are properly equipped. I would recommend a yes vote.